Breeze topic number 9 is Ukraine's anti-fascist, anti-racist hoods clan. This came with a link that takes us to YouTube again. Let's check it out, then we'll talk about it.
Tell me about Hoods Clan. Who are you guys?
Just football hooligans with anti-racist position. All of us anti-racist.
Who are your enemies?
Almost all other hooligans.
Would you like to fight Putin?
I think it will be very fast.
Arsenal Kiev, it's the year of when it formed, yeah.
Wow.
We're strong in near football. Will be a good war unit. We have an RPG and we will
It's been 3 months since Russia invaded Ukraine. In that time, they've killed thousands of civilians and have flattened several cities. Russia tried to take the capital, Kiev, but was pushed back by Ukrainian forces. The city, though, is still tense. So we're in Kiev now. Life has kind of gone back to normal here, at least as normal as it can while the war is on. But as you can hear, that's the reminder. There's an air raid siren. Basically, it means there's Russian jets in the sky or a rocket's been fired nearby. As the war continues, Ukrainian citizens across the country have formed volunteer militias to join the territorial defense, a fighting force set up to support the Ukraine military. One group that signed up is particularly unique, the Ukraine's most active anti-fascist football hooligans. They go by the name Hoods Clan, and they support the now bankrupt football team, Arsenal Kiev. When the war started, they took up arms to fight the Russian forces. We spent time with the lads on the outskirts of Kiev as they prepared to head to the front lines in the east. So can you explain, what is Arsenal Kiev? Tell us about your team.
Arsenal Kiev, it's I don't know, hooligans, ultras movement, but for the moment we don't have a club, so it's hooligans movement. Yeah.
Right, and who are your enemies?
Almost all other hooligans from all other movements from Ukraine.
A lot of football hooligans are generally pretty right wing. You guys are quite different. You're specifically anti-fascist. Why is that?
I don't know, the views on our life, we see a little bit differently.
Because Hoods Clan are anti-fascist, would you say are you guys more of a target for the other teams, do you think?
Yeah, of course. We fight the other hooligans. Yes.
Fist fight?
Fist fights, yes.
How do you arrange all
that? Sometimes it's field fights, but we don't fight in the field for a long time because of the political views. So mostly it's street fights, in other city, near the stadium, in the subway, anywhere where it could be a fight.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Hey man, what's happening? Great.
Hey, Konstantin.
This agreement should work because I already did this before because he
fucking
said that
punishment,
I won't smoke, and he came in and I was, you smoke?
Yeah.
It was only one.
So now he's punishing him, yeah?
Сколько ты курил?
Одна, сегодня.
Одна?
Oh, fuck, man.
Три.
Я пробил хуёво, блядь.
Да? Ниже, брат. Слышишь, поехали.
You're from Great Britain?
Yeah, man. I'm from Britain, yeah.
Your accent.
Tell me about Hoods Clan. Who are you guys?
Just football hooligans with anti-racist position. We got a lot of different people, but all of us anti-racist. We got a lot of trouble. We was one firm in Ukraine who public says that we are anti-racist. Only one.
You guys went from football hooligans and now you're soldiers, right?
Yes.
How's that been? How do you feel about it?
It's okay, you know. After 2014, when Russia started to occupy Crimea, Donbass, we had the thought that war will come. We think about it, we speak about it. I came to Hoods Clan in 2011. I don't see these guys 2, 3, 4 years. But when when the war starts, I call, I say, I take the weapon and go with you.
And you went together? Wow, that's good, man. Do you miss football?
Really?
Do you miss fighting?
Yes. it was crazy time.
Yeah.
Because we was one against all Ukraine
Wow.
football firm.
So you have to train a lot?
You know,
Sometimes?
training, but we had very, very good collective. A lot of experience with fighting, because a lot of fights was a lot of fights.
All fists?
On fights, yes. From 5 versus 5 to 15 versus 17.
Wow, fuck. Wow. Who's your biggest rival? Dynamo Kiev, yeah. And now Putin. Would you like to fight Putin?
I think it will be very fast.
Yeah. Hoods Clan formed around 2006 as ultras of the Arsenal Kiev Football Club, which was originally formed in 1925 by the workers of a local weapons manufacturer. Hoods Clan chose to publicly state their anti-fascist beliefs. That's when the trouble really started for them. They became a target of far-right football hooligans. Still, despite being outnumbered, Hoods Clan made a name for themselves as one of the toughest firms in Ukraine. They began to search for and attack the fascist groups wherever they could find them. When Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, Hoods Clan reassembled as an armed unit. They joined an anti-authoritarian coalition known as the Resistance Committee. It's a mix of anarchist and general anti-authoritarian militants who've taken up arms to fight against Russia. They signed up to the territorial defense as a battalion, putting all other political issues on hold as they combat the invasion.
Саша, мне показалось, что поспорили, что пару человек вроде прикладом есть.
Я тебя, сука, фартун сейчас ёбну нахуй, выйди. We're just with the Hoods Clan lads now. I think we're at the firing range. They're going to show us how they're preparing for this war. So everybody was like, all of the Hoods Clan guys were like, yeah, fuck it, we're going to fight.
Yeah, because like we was talking about it before, like because it's so a lot of news was they will invade, blah blah blah. So like we was asking, so what you gonna do if the war starts? And like almost everyone said, okay, like we will go and fight.
I call
Yeah.
всех, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. You go? Yeah, you go. Let's go.
Я думаю, це лісова чи маркетинг?
Сразу нужно будет подготовить 2 магазина по, немного, там по 4 патрона хотя бы оставить. Хорошо?
Не один.
Ну, поделятся с тобой.
When Russia was closing in on Kiev, there was heavy fighting in the area. Now, though, the war is concentrated in the east of Ukraine. Hutsud's clan requested to be sent to the front lines there, where some of their members already are. But now, the rest of them train constantly. Good shot?
50-50, you know.
Yeah.
I want to faster, better, like all of us.
You better at fist fighting or shooting?
Shooting.
Yeah?
He always, with his 60 kilos, was jumping in the first row and getting or smack someone or get smacked.
You must miss those times a bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like it's a long history, you know, like the movement started like from 2006 and like it still exists. Of course, like people change, but like he is old school, like, you know, from the past. So like, and some other guys also are from old school, from the past, and some are more younger, but it's like, it's normal, it's next generation.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Hutsud's clan and other units under the resistance committee often rely on the help of grassroots aid organizations such as Operation Solidarity. Back in the city, we spoke with the founder. Can you explain what Operation Solidarity is?
It's a network made by anti-authoritarian activists to help our comrades, anti-fascist, anarchists, anti-authoritarian forces who are fighting against the Russian occupiers in territorial defense forces or in other way. That's our first mission. The second one, we are like trying to consolidate and keep our community. And the third one is about like helping people who fled or like became refugees because of some reasons.
Operation Solidarity helps to supply the resistance committee, all of the people there. What kind of stuff do you need still? Like, what's still lacking on the front line?
Every soldier needs something, like some basic things. It's a helmet, bulletproof vests, pads, the bag, or so on. So we have this list. And we are trying to fulfill this through our resources. But right now, I think like we need IFACs really, and a normal one, not like made by civilian aids and so on.
What happened here? Why is this like this?
Yeah, you can see the result of like peaceful life in Kiev. Still, like rockets are coming from, missiles are coming from Russian side. It just was the normal house where people were living and so on. And bam, like one person died, some people injured, and the same also happening in Lviv and some big cities because they're right now just trying to destroy the infrastructure and make people feared about all these things. Fuck Putin! Like I would just want this bastard die.
We tagged along with Hutsud's clan as they went on guard duty outside Kiev. What did you guys do before the war? Like, what were your jobs? What did you do?
Я стриг, занимался спортом и кайфовал. Татуировщик и спортсмен.
I have worked in social media for 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
The last year I was only having fun and another stuff. And now I'm also having fun. But the times are so bad, but we keep training and we want to go and kill some Russian pigs because they are really fucking retards and we want to kick their asses. We have an RPG and we will poo-poo and lots of fingers, legs, hands and another shit.
You're not scared? You're not worried you'll get hit as well?
We were in football for more than 10 years and fighting with bad guys, it's not new for us. So I think it would be easy.
Yeah.
I will do it. Yeah. The scale of fights are much bigger than 10 years ago. And now our enemy is not Ukrainians, not another football guys, it's Russian pigs. We are a really strong group. We are strong in near football. We will be a good war unit.
Ah, so it's a lookout.
Yes, this is like a lookout post, but like if something bad happens.
Right, right. How do you feel about the fact that Russia says we're denazifying Ukraine? You're a whole unit of anti-fascists. Like, how does that feel to you?
It's too funny to be true. Yeah, and like for now, everyone can see what's like a new swastika looks like. You know how the new Hitler looks like. So like they can give this information to their people, but like no one catch it in here in Ukraine and in all other world.
Mm-hmm. And you fought in 2014 when the war started in the East. Now you're fighting again. Like, what's different? Like, what have you seen change?
Changing that the war firstly started from on all ways. They came almost to Kiev. Like in first 3 days, I already was thinking that on the third day, like Kiev could be invaded already, because like there was chaos in everything, you know, in information, in understanding where is who, what is happened, and then you like see these videos with helicopters flying like over the Dnipro, and you're like, what the fuck, you know? So like it was, yeah, it's totally different. It's like total war. No, it's different stuff.
Do you think having Hood's clan there, like guys you know, guys you fought with in the street, people you trust, do you think that's been like a benefit for you guys as a unit now fighting Russia?
Yes, of course. It's one of the like, it was a benefit before, like, because if someone have like some issues, problems in like usual life, yeah, like they don't call to someone else, they call to us. And we call to each other and say, okay, I have problems, this and that. Could you help me? And you're looking for help inside your crew, you know. So it's like, yeah, it's a benefit for sure.
What do you guys need, like specifically here? Obviously, there's some issues with equipment, things like that. What specifically do you guys need?
Like, you know, it was a lot of needs in the beginning, but like because we have this big community of real anti-fascists in Europe and all over the world, and like this Operation Solidarity, they like made a big machine which helped to get everything what we need: cars, night vision, everything.
So it's like a network.
Yeah, it's big network. Yeah, only what we needed from the government, it was weapons and like official state, you know, like that we are soldiers. So everything else was given by people.
And there are some so-called anti-fascists in Europe. We've seen a lot of them online that are actually pro-Russia. What would you say to them?
I would say to them that like you have internet, you can search, you can Google, you can look different kind of stuff, and you can think. It's most important in the conflict.
But they do have the internet, and they say it's all fake.
Yeah, but then I don't know what even to say to them, because like for me, like to believe in all shit and only in one way, it's impossible. Even if I get some I don't know, bad news from Ukrainian side, I try to understand and find out more information to, you know, to put a puzzle, and then I understand like, okay, yeah, it's this, but it's like this because of that. And you know.
So right now we're kind of on the outskirts of Kiev, but you and your unit, you guys want to go to the east, right? Do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think that probably it should happen this month.
So
all right. I think I was asked to play 10, 15 minutes of that propaganda piece. In the chat, Major asked a question: how are you anti-racist and you're only around white people? House Rally Podcast, that's D Webb says Russia is the third largest air force in the world. And these mofos just in a field recording their shooting practice gonna care in the world. Gonna be brain dead to believe any of this. Major says facts. House Rally Podcast says probably send this video with another $30 billion bill. They're fighting fascists. Give more money. Yeah, it's a propaganda piece for sure. Carl, what say you?
Yeah, it's a definite propaganda piece. So there were black people in Ukraine. I think some of there were many students from Africa, China, India who were going to college in Ukraine that had to get, that were kind of left behind when the war with Russia kind of broke out. So Ukraine has always had a problem with fascists, with Nazis. Even during the Second World War, when the Germans invaded Ukraine, there were many Ukrainians who sided with the Germans when they invaded Russia back in 1941. So this is the problem that Ukraine has always had in dealing with, you know, fascists. So as far as them being anti-fascist, I support the idea of being anti-fascism. I do. I think those are the fabled good white people we talk about. You know, not good for us, but good for other white people. Because I live in Florida, our governor is a fucking fascist. So I see what that type of ideology does and how it you know, it's anti-life, it's authoritarian, it's brutal. So, but as far as these guys in the field playing you know, video games and whatnot, and I don't know, it seems like it is a propaganda piece. I'm sure they're probably asking for more money. We just sent $30 billion to Ukraine. They'll probably ask for more money, you know, and they're open fascists, open Nazis. I think the Azov battalion in Ukraine, they are openly a uh, white supremacist Nazi organization that's getting funded by the United States government to help fight the Russian invasion, which is really just a propaganda piece. Russia invaded Ukraine because the United States was trying to get Ukraine to join NATO, and Russia has warned them that any encroach of NATO to their borders would be considered an act of war. So when the Russians invaded Ukraine, it was to deal with the approach of NATO, which, you know, based on NATO's charter, which was supposed to combat communism back in the 40s and 50s. Once Russia ceased being communist after, you know, in the 90s, it should have disbanded NATO. But instead, you know, it shows that Russia is trying to get encircled by the Western powers, you know, which is, oh, they see Russia as a threat to U.S. hegemony in the world. So, I mean, it's a funny video, but yeah, all the other battalions and military organizations in Ukraine are probably openly fascist, openly Nazi. So I guess this one kind of stands out. But I mean, they were a football club. I mean, do they have any training? You know, how skilled are they? Are they actually seeing combat? I don't know. My spot is just a statement. That's all. I don't pass the mic.
Janzan, Ukraine's anti-fascist and anti-racist Hoods clan. What do you think of them?
For me, I think that firstly, like they kept saying, they're a football club. You know, they sound to me like there's boys playing at at war or something. I don't think that they're really that effective at whatever they're doing, and I don't really know what they consider to be anti-fascism or who they're fighting and why they're fighting for. Are they just fighting because they're some ideological against them, or are they fighting because they saw some injustice against some people? Or I don't really, they seem like they were just a football group, and then war came on, and then they decided to turn their hobby into a more serious thing, like to dress up instead of football uniform. Now they're dressing up as army people. So I really don't take them seriously. And yeah, I mean, if they are fighting some people, if they're causing some problems for some other people, hey, it's W on W, it's the wow crimes. So yeah, let them do it. I just don't really send them seriously, and I think it's, yeah, like somebody said, it's more of a puff piece than a serious, a serious study. So yeah.
So the person who posted this is not here tonight. I thought they would be. So I'm going to ask only the quarterback this one. Ukraine's anti-fascist, anti-racist Hoods clan. What say you about them?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as I can, I mean, like it was a war going. I mean, if there's a war, right? Then I mean, I could see what I see here is that these were some nerds or some football fans, I guess. I don't know. And a war came out, and they said, "Look, I got to come up." What I would say is that it's just better than a frolicking video. You know, it's not good, but it's kind of the response you'd expect. You know, like it's not, "Hey guys, let's go run and frolic." You know. And for that, I'm like, okay, like I'm saying, like what this shows us is the difference between white boys and black men. You know, shit's looking bad, right? And the white boys say, okay, we're gonna pick up some guns, and even though we're going against one of the largest militaries, you know, we're gonna do that. We're gonna put on our big boy pants. You know, these are guys who have no business in the war, but they're still like, we're gonna put on some big boy pants, right? Because they say we're gonna get together for our national interest. Now, black people, especially black people in America, are like, yo, we are in a bad predicament. You know, we're in a serious situation. We're at war. Come on, my brothers, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, so what are we going to do? We're going to just run through the grass. So it's just kind of like, I like the contrast here, you know, in the sense of, even though we looking at these guys like, what are you guys doing? You know, who are you playing? You're going to get yourself killed, right? It's still better than the other video. You know what I mean? I don't particularly like it, but I'm saying it's better than the other video. So I mean, I don't applaud white folk, but you know, on a metaphorical sense, I could say, you know what, that's the big boy response. You know what I mean? That's the big boy response. You think your country's at war, you think so on and so forth. Because I think that the interviewer, especially like the part around where you paused, was like, you know, people online are like, yo. I mean, also what I could say is that this video makes me feel more like I want Russia to win, right? And also not just that, but like this US president is just fucking up, you know? Like, what are you supporting these motherfuckers for? But beyond that, it's like I'll still give these boys credit, because even though they're like, look, they're like in the last months of their lives, right? But they're going out like they're going out in style. You know what I mean? They're going out fighting. You know, not, oh, look, we're humans too, you know, and frolicking. So I could applaud that. You know, I mean, I don't applaud white folks, so I could you know whatever it is.
No, I get it. I try not to applaud white folks too, but I gotta give it up to them sometimes. And this is one of those cases. They could have easily just been frolicking through a fucking open field somewhere. And they were like, no, we're geeks, but we're going to do our part. Yeah, sure, they'll probably blow us out first. We'll probably die first. But we're going to do our part. You know what I mean? I could respect that, as opposed to you saying, okay, well, it's tough on us. Let's escape it by going frolicking through a field, you know, like the Sound of Music or some bullshit like that. Look like Carl dropped off. Does anyone have any last words for this prompt here? If not, let's go to Shoot the Breeze topic number 10, the final topic for tonight. So it looks like we might very well end early. I want to thank everyone who was here tonight. I would encourage everyone to check out all the shows on KWAZ Radio. And we have some announcements coming up in the next coming weeks about new shows being added. But
you need a bump for those shows.
For all the other shows, yeah, I have a bump. I'm about to send it to all of you. I'm just about done with it. I just got to do the visuals for it. I have the audio for it. I'll send it to all of you. Hopefully within the next week or so. But you know, check out all the shows, man. Check out, you know, and the matrons in the chat, man. Ask the matron to come back. You know, bring back the learning curve. Check out Oni, who will be on in the morning, I'm sure, doing his show. Check out Brother Bakari, who does the Mind Your Black Business segment of his show, the Brother Bakari podcast. Check out the Podcast Radio. He was on last night. I'm sure he'll be on probably tomorrow evening or Monday. Check out Consider Cheek. She'll be on tomorrow and Sunday. And, of course, check out Tanzan African Mind. She's been away for a little while, but I'm sure she'll be back this coming week on Tuesday, right? So make sure to subscribe to all those shows. Click the bell to be notified when they're on again. And, of course, my show, the Bitter Medicine Podcast, I'll be around. You know, you guys know you'll see me on Saturday for Shoot the Breeze. I might show up during the week. I think I asked Trigger Happy for a paper he got. I might read it during the week if possible. So check out all the shows on KWAZ Radio. Check out the merch store. The merch store is up and running. Check that out. Support the merch. Support the shows that you like on KWAZ Radio. Shoot the Breeze topic number 10 tonight. Final topic for tonight is how do we keep falling for this sovereign BS? How do we keep falling for the sovereign BS? Why do black people keep falling for these scams? That reminds me of Zuli, if you're out there listening, join the panel tonight. Anyone else who wants to join, click the link that's pinned to the top.
For the Constitution. That's not how we work.
Click the link that's pinned to the top of the chat and join the panel tonight. This is the last episode. This is the last topic for tonight. So you guys might as well join and have a discussion. I see we got Real Black Gentleman just joined us. We'll get to Real Black Gentleman after we watch the video for Shoot the Breeze topic number 10 tonight.